Month away from one of WWE's biggest global events, SummerSlam, coming to Minneapolis. But that's coming up in August. Right now, it's Tiffy time. I have the honor of sitting down with WWE superstar and current WWE Women's United States Champion and Minnesota native Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany, welcome to KARE 11. Welcome back to Minnesota.
Thank you. How are you?
I am good. How are you? How does it feel to be back here in the state you grew up in?
Oh my goodness, I feel so blessed. I can't believe I'm doing media in my home state. Usually I'm doing media like in these random places, in these random states, so it feels so cool to do media in my home state in Minnesota. I'm super excited to be here.
A little bit of home cooking, which is always good. Your story is interesting. So you were a gymnast. Talk about that. What was it like to come up here in Minnesota as a gymnast?
So I did gymnastics at Gleason's in Eagan, Minnesota. I did it from when I was 9 years old all the way until I was, I think, 20. Did that, loved it, did trampoline and tumbling gymnastics, and then eventually I quit and I moved on to CrossFit, and then I went to bodybuilding, and I kind of lacked the competitive side of things. I guess bodybuilding really didn't satisfy that side of me, and my mom actually saw pro wrestling on our TV screen and saw SmackDown, saw Charlotte Flair and said, you can totally do something like that. And I was like, Mom, I'm going to the Olympics, like, stop. And then I eventually quit, signed up for pro wrestling classes at Mr. Kennedy's school here in, I believe, Brooklyn Park. And the rest is history. Greg Gagne got me a tryout. And here I am, your United States champion.
That is amazing. So your mom one day was watching, was like, you can do that. And look at it, you're doing it right now.
Yes, I am.
What was that transition like, going from gymnastics and CrossFit to WWE? Was it easy for you?
So I would say that it was a lot easier for me than other people, just because gymnastics gives you such a good foundation. For pro wrestling, you have to be able to move, to flip, to have like good body awareness, to roll. So I just feel like gymnastics has always given me that leg up. If you've noticed, we have so many former gymnasts, now pro wrestlers. We have people like Sol Ruca, Kalani Jordan. So I just feel like gymnastics has really just set me up for success. And I've always said this, I will put my child in gymnastics no matter what I want them to become in life, because I just feel like it gives you such good coordination and it just sets you up for so many different things.
And we're watching some of your highlights here. You can see that some of that gymnastics plays a role in your style in the ring. I mean, the prettiest moonsault ever, the way you're able to just flip and jump all over the ring, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, my finisher is called the prettiest moonsault ever, because it is the prettiest moonsault.
It really is.
However, I used to do it in my trampoline routine. It was an actual like in my compulsory routine that you had to have in each routine. So I used to do that on the trampoline every single day. Now I do it in the ring every single time I win.
That's really cool.
Yes.
So for people that don't know you or haven't really watched you, what can you tell them about who Tiffany Stratton is?
So if you've ever watched High School Musical, you would know of Sharpay Evans. So I would say a lot of my character is like Sharpay Evans times gymnast times athletic ability. So if you take the personality, she says toodles. I love to say toodles. I'm a little bit, you know, on the sassier side of things, and I've just kind of kick butt in the ring. You know, it's those two things combined, and that's Tiffany Stratton.
Yes, and it's a very, very unique character. I was going to say, Charlotte Flair, you talked about your mom seeing her in the ring, and you got a chance to actually fight her at WrestleMania 41.
I did, yeah.
In a pretty spicy feud. What was that like, going from seeing this person that was kind of your inspiration to being across from them in the ring?
Yeah, it was actually my kind of first year of being on SmackDown, being called up to the main roster. So to have had a WrestleMania moment, let alone have it against the person that I got into wrestling because. So all of that together was just so surreal. I couldn't believe, you know, standing across the ring against Charlotte Flair at a WrestleMania. It was just such a good moment for me, and I had such an amazing first year on the main roster. I'm super grateful for everything.
So Mania 41 in the ring, now SummerSlam coming up in your home state. How do you think that will compare to being in the ring at Mania? Mania is obviously the biggest show of the year, but being in your home state during the second biggest show of the year, what is that going to be like?
Oh my goodness, I feel like this is like my coming home moment, like my homecoming. I actually only wrestled one time here in Minnesota. It was on a SmackDown. It felt very quick. So this is going to be such a cool opportunity for me. It's kind of like my first big match back in Minnesota. So I'm super excited. I love SummerSlams. I love being outside. I love wrestling outside. So I'm super excited for SummerSlam. I think that's my favorite PLE over WrestleMania, honestly. So I can't wait.
I think there's a fair argument for that. SummerSlam is always great. Okay, we only got a couple seconds left here. Sell it. Why should people buy tickets here to SummerSlam?
We have so many different superstars. We actually have right now Oba versus Brock Lesnar on the SummerSlam card right now. We have Liv Morgan versus Io Sky. There's so many different superstars. I always say bring somebody who is not a fan to a wrestling event live in person, because I guarantee you they will be leaving a fan, because it is so cool to experience live, hearing the crowd chants, be involved with the crowd. Tickets are still available on Ticketmaster August 1st and August 2nd. So hopefully you guys can get your tickets, and you'll see Tiffy time there.
Yes, hopefully at SummerSlam it will be Tiffy time. I can't wait to see you in the ring competing. Thank you. Tiffany, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Welcome home. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
All right, everyone. We'll be right back after this quick break.